everybody, welcome back to Dream Daddy. You're probably asking yourself, why am I recording on a Wednesday? That is because I am waiting for an email back from one of my teachers to clarify something, so I don't really have much to do except for read medical terminology stuff and wait for a reply, so I know that the question I asked is being looked at and answered and stuff. So anyway, well, it's been a long day, and if you guys don't remember what happened before this, you should probably go back and watch. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turned off all the lights and walked down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound, but can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda? The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? Oh, two seconds. Just give me 1 second. Oh, so it auto-saved. So I'm just checking. Yeah, because we had our second date. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it didn't do some weird shit. I don't want to talk about it. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Amanda, get out. Okay. I quickly leave her room and shut the door behind me. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Wow. What has her so upset? She seemed fine earlier. She's usually so open with me. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she definitely is now. I can't even remember the last time she snapped at me like that. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda. Morning. She drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? She's like, I said no. Amanda pulls the toaster lever up and takes her still freezer-burned waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. That would be rough. Like, your kid just not wanting to talk to you. I'd be super sad if one of my boys was like, I don't want to talk to you. Jesus, Amanda. Oh, okay. Fine then. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things are back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on the wall. In it, I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knee, she would get up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. Then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing even happened. You're a good dad. After giving it a bit of thought, I decide that if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse, but I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin? What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah? I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, So just, whatever it is, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, just know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy.
Oh.
Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting has set by now. Ta-da! Dad. It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start over, and... This is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big old hug. I grab some plates and forks and serve us up some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart. Probably because he's kind of, he's kind of dense. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes?
Oh.
I guess I should start from the top. So, you know how Emma R. is going to that fancy art school in California, right? Emma R. You got it. Wow. Proud of you. So yeah, Emma R. is the best friend. Anyways, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? I do know. I don't. Don't form attachments. That's what Robert would say. Robert! I need your guidance, buddy. And she's been spending a lot of time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while, but then I found out from Rosie M. that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to the party at Mackenzie F's. On the same night, they all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Yikes. So, another important piece of information is, God, this is embarrassing. I have a crush on Noah, and, that's a thing. What? Whoa! I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay? You're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst. Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma R., and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just keep quiet and keep going about my business. Amanda sighs. And then one day I invite everybody out to get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy like simultaneously. So I tell them never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips and I really, really wanted nachos. Totally understandable.
Dad.
So I go to the mall anyway. I get to the food court, and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah, all hanging out together and eating nachos. Without me. What? It gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there, and I'm like, hey. And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt because of course she does, and Emma R just like glares at me. Grace, nothing is coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the... I know. Grace is the one nobody really likes, or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck, which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. So I left, without nachos, might I add, which only further contributed to this shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R asking how long the Noah thing's been going on, and... Sorry, I know that's a lot. You still following? Oh, okay, get a load of this. Emma R says, you know what, let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads word for word an arduously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, do I not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I'm trying my hardest to be supportive.
Oh, no.
They were dating in secret for like months. So I told her that she's being a really terrible friend, and she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on red, and then... Wait, left me on red? What's that? Oh, like... She saw my message and didn't reply, and I know because there are red receipts. I don't know what red receipts are, but I'm just gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha. So while this is all happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable, and I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that Emma P sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I got kicked out of. Alright, I think you lost me at screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad. There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everybody dropped me, half my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from everybody else, but Emma R's been there since Dad died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even that mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda stabs at the remnants of her cake. Okay, I take it back. I'm kinda mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. That's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Wow. I know it's pretty dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over. Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess, unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long, long time ago. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. When you get older, you start realizing the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who would do something like that to their friend? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful friendships. It took me a long time to figure that out myself, and I wish I had learned it sooner. If the other person isn't putting the effort in to show you how much they care, it's not worth it. You're not beholden to being their friend. The way I was going to say it would have worked too, but it wasn't how it was written, so I tripped myself up. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours, because you're amazing, and if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I'll keep that in mind. I looked down at the table. Did we just eat that whole cake? Yes, we did just eat that whole cake. Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes her door, she turns around. Hey, Pops? Yes? Thank you. You're always welcome. Love you, Amanda.
I love you too, Dad.
Aw, I just can't, man. It's just too cute. Just so cute. I am not a dwarf, so I will not be whistling while I... Oh, God. Craig's like, he invited me for dinner again. I don't know what to do. Hello, Amanda's dad. It's me, your friend Craig, who loves sports. I have nice and smart children who are good at computers. Ah, man, great to hear from you, buddy. What's up? I'm still strong. This is not Craig. Who has his phone? Robert, did you kidnap Craig? Strong. I'm strong. Aha. Don't I know it? Say, I've been reading up about whey protein. You use it at all? I figure it'd help me develop a bit more muscle. Yes, I know what that is. My children are having a tea party and they wanted to invite Amanda, but we can't find her on here. You're also invited. Physical invitation to follow. Cool, I'd love to come. I'll let Amanda know. Thank you, Amanda's dad. Uh-oh. I'm scared. What happened? Someone's been kidnapped. Coffee time. You know dads love coffee. Gonna brew myself something black as midnight on a moonless night. Yep, that's how I drink my coffee. Or black as a coal miner's heart, as we used to say. I put on a fresh pot and work on a few word jumbles while I wait for it to brew. Hey, this one spells sorrow. Oh god. Dad, ready for today? I'm ready for every day, sweetie. Gonna tackle it head on. Dude, I'm scared. No, are you ready for the thing that we're gonna do today? The thing that you promised you'd do? Honey, I already told you that I'm not gonna throw away my Tom Clancy novels. They're just stacked in the living room. I keep bumping into them and knocking them over, and you don't even read them. Wait, no, that's not what I'm here about. The tea party, Dad. Nope, I don't remember that. Craig's kids? That hand-drawn invitation?
Ugh.
Amanda walks over to the refrigerator and comes back with a hand-drawn invitation on a sheet of computer paper, inviting Amanda and Amanda's dad to a tea party. Oh, so did his daughters get a hold of his phone? They spelled cordially wrong. Just put on some going outside pants and let's get going. I can go outside in sweatpants. Nothing's stopping me. Dad, just... I'll see you in a minute. Oh... Fine, I'll put on some pants. Going outside pants. You happy? Hello, thank you for coming to our tea party. Yeah, okay, so Briar and or Hazel got a hold of his phone. I'm still strong. I love that they're talking about it, talking as if they're Craig to me. Hi, Amanda's dad. I'm Craig. Your friend? Who's strong? It's like, who is this? I do my best, bow, and present my daughter, who thanks him with a curtsy. This way, please. Briar and Hazel lead us to a small table with tiny chairs. Some are occupied by stuffed animals, and Matt and his daughter, Carmencita, are here too. Matt raises a comically small plastic teacup at me. Hey, dude. How's the tea?
Hey.
The imaginary tea is absolutely wonderful. I taste a hint of lemongrass. Hello, Carmencita. Hello, Mr. Amanda's dad. Please have a seat. I sit down between Amanda and Matt. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of this chair.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. I turn to see Daisy and Briar enter into the backyard and take a seat next to us. Sorry we're late. Daisy made me put on my going outside pants. Amanda gives me a knowing look and I return an obliging wink. She rolls her eyes. Is that really something your daughter had to pressure you into, Brian? I give Amanda another even more exaggerated wink. She rolls her eyes even harder. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules for some high tea. Now, if you'll all put on your designated tiaras, there are little tiaras sitting on everyone's plates. Well, except for Brian's. His is a softball helmet. Oh, we ran out of tiaras. I don't think this is going to fit me, but I appreciate the thought. Dad, you're royalty. Please act like it.
Whoa!
Brian tries to balance the ill-fitting softball helmet on top of his head, but it immediately tumbles off and into the bushes. I'll get that later. Hey, everybody! Craig comes out with a teapot and a tray of sandwich cookies. Hey, Craig. Dad, is the tea ready? Yeah, it's been, steeping for a while now. Awesome. Would you girls like to serve your guests tea? No, thank you. We'd much appreciate our servants' help. Craig leans over to me. That's me. Craig places teacups in front of all of us and a single sandwich cookie onto each of our plates. He pours some tea into my cup. Awfully fluorescent for tea. I clink my teacup with Matt's and take a sip. Good lemonade. It's tea.
Oh.
Right. Very good tea. I lean over to Amanda, who's happily enjoying her tea. So, what do we do at tea parties? We enjoy the splendors of upper-class society, Father. She takes a dainty bite of her sandwich cookie. Marvelous. So, the meeting of princesses has been called to order. Hear, hear. But I'm a warrior princess. I hunt and stuff, and I have, like, a really cool sword. Can I be a space princess? I'll allow it. And I'll be Rockstar Princess. I'm also Space Princess. Can there be more than one? Space is pretty big, don't you think? I changed my mind. I want to be a Space Princess too. Dad, what are you? Oh, you know. Do I get to be a princess? Duh. Well, I guess that makes me... I surf the information superhighway on my cyberdeck, hacking into mainframes and unleashing havoc on the mega core of the dystopian neo-metropolis. I also rollerblade everywhere. I think I'll be landscaper and general contracting princess. Barista princess reporting for duty. Hey everybody, CrossFit princess here. Oh god, don't, Craig. We don't talk about CrossFit at tea parties. Not now, servants. If it weren't for the princess uprising, it would be you serving me. We sip tea for a little longer, and then the girls run off to fight dinosaurs as space rockstar warrior princesses, I think. They grow up so fast. It was like yesterday that I was helping Amanda throw her own tea parties. Did she make you a servant too? You betcha. Carmencita made me actually brew tea for hers. Pitfalls of owning a coffee shop. Pitfall? Your custom blends are amazing. That hibiscus one you gave me a while back was choice.
Hey.
Aw, thanks. It's really nice the girls are getting along. Yes. Sorry my phone keeps going off. Yeah, I'm really glad we moved into this community. I'm gonna turn the ringer off, so hold on. There we go.
Oh.
We are too. Amanda's been kind of a role model to them, you know? Yeah, because she's 18 now, so... Sorry, my aunt. I'm texting my aunt because we're... I have to do an observation thing for my infant and toddler development class, so... I hadn't even realized, and I don't even know if Amanda does either, but I guess they're right. All of the girls in the neighborhood look up to her. She seems to go out of her way to play with them. I'm so proud of her. You better not proud dad cry at this tea party, Kennedy. I brought extra word jumbles if anyone wants to kill some time while the girls play. All the dads just like sitting there and like Craig's like, what is a 5-letter word for something that you sit in? The day rolls on and the girls all get tuckered out. Amanda spends the whole day playing with them and taking their pictures, promising that she'll send them the best ones later. Actually, Craig is pretty smart. I'm just being a butthead. We all clean up and help put away the tea sets and tables and head out as Daisy and Carmencita fall asleep on their dad's shoulders. No. Sweet. Take care, guys. Bye, Craig. Thanks for coming. Bye, Hacker Princess. I like being Hacker Princess. You want dinner? Nah, I filled up on cookies. Me too. I'm tired. Dude, same. Playing with a bunch of little kids who all simultaneously want your attention and approval is surprisingly exhausting. But in a good way, but also in a kind of scary way. How so? I feel like I gotta be on my best behavior for them. I don't want to let them down. Is this because you still feel bad about dropping the F-bomb in front of your cousin that one time? I corrupted her dad. She secondhand smokes now. Well, those kids really look up to you. I'm glad they have you as a role model. Shucks, Pops. I ruffle Amanda's hair.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, no other... the first time Craig messaged me, he was like, listen, Robert asked me to come have dinner with him, and I'm fucking terrified right now. Alright. It's Robert time again. I know. It's like, are you sure? You want us to save it and you can continue? It's like, yes. Yes, I do. Thanks. Okay. I haven't spoken to Robert since that night we drove out to his thinking spot. He seemed unusually somber then, like more so than the usual amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot. I've been thinking about him and hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. Probably because he only, like, sends messages like, oh, hey, whoa, he's messaging me this time. He's like, Kennedy, hey Kennedy, guess who's getting their drink on tonight? I'm outside right now. It's like, dude, it is afternoon. I take a look at my dad book messages. There's a flurry of them from Robert. Stop. Guess. It's you. Also me, but mostly you. Sure, alright. I type back to Robert. Robert, buddy, tonight we ride. Yes. Meet me at Jim and Kim's at 8 p.m. Not that I'm unappreciative, but I think this is the first time that Robert's given me more than an hour's warning before hanging out. Yeah, the last time he was just waiting outside for you. Amanda! Amanda pops her head into the hallway. Music I don't recognize blaring from her room. What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. Robert, who is my friend. I have friends. I'm happy for you, Dad. People enjoy my company, Amanda.
Aww.
Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being. What are you listening to? Sad shit. You know what? It's fine. It's just cursing. She's 18. Here, whatever. Amanda, like... You know what? You're an adult now. I gave it an earnest effort for all 18 years of her life. Go forth and swear. Fuck yeah. I really hope I don't regret this later. Amanda goes back into her room and turns up the volume to her sad shit. I'm sorry. It's true, though. She's friggin' 18. Cursing is just words. I put on my going out coat and walk over to Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against the brick wall, smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize that he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess. Like he washed his coat and took a bath. It actually seems like he combed his hair, and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Oh, he's like, I gotta look nice. Hey. Hey. You take a shower just for me? I'm working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a second, and I don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. You shouldn't ask weird questions from Robert if you don't want weird answers. By the time I get inside, Robert's already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. Here's to your continued existence.
Hi.
We clink whiskeys. Fucking Dan. We clink whiskeys and I watch him sip his, rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back as quickly as possible. So what's the plan for tonight? Hit some other bars, maybe grab some pizza. I think that'll kill some time before we go burn down that old abandoned house in the woods. It's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned.
Hey.
Mary pops over the back of the booth, a glass of wine in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where was my phone call? Sorry, figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly. You replacing me with a new kid? Mary, I can never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. Mary leaves her booth and slides in next to Robert. The guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert's clean-pressed clothes up and down, suspiciously. Do you got a court date coming up? He would have to shave first. Seriously though, what's up with you? Robert stares down at his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy. Doctors say it's cirrhosis of the liver. I told that old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known, especially since Ma's gone. That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Oh, come on. Kennedy, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke around about is his Pappy. Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights. I look at his life, and then I look at mine, and I know history is just doomed to repeat itself. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Acapulco. They watch the sunset every night. Probably screw like donkeys. Wait, aren't rabbits the ones who screw a lot? Oh, sorry. Didn't realize you were an expert on which animals screw a lot. Fuck you. Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up out of the booth. Me and Kennedy are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one last glance at the sad sap she's been hunting and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp. This place is dead anyways. We exit the bar and find the typically empty streets filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and bad posture. He carries a lantern he shines up at his face for dramatic effect. What's going on? Looks like it's one of those walking ghost tours. They do that in this part of town all the time. I've always wanted to do one of those. You know all the stories are fake, right? Pretty much all my stories are fake. This is research. Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices that I'm not following him. Come on! We can't just crash it, can we? Don't be such a square, Kennedy. Just act like you belong. Robert slides up to the tour group. I reluctantly fall in step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Hey! It was in this place in 1694 that the most infamous witch trials were held. To date, we don't know if the people burned at the stake were actually witches, but it is widely reported that their ghosts still haunt this hapless dive bar to this very day. It was actually 1692.
Hey!
What? And the site was over by the coffee shop down the road. 1 second. Sorry, I had to cough. I'm sorry, who are you? Daniel McSturgis, ghost historian. And this is my colleague, Dr. He's old in the 80s. Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We're touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book. You may have seen our guest cameo in Paranormal House Hunters, Extreme Edition. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this. I'm just so tired all the time. Poor guy. Are you guys part of this group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. Psst, we like to keep a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way.
Hey.
They've definitely been here. Been standing next to them the whole time. Thank you, random lady who I do not know. As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon, over there. The man who runs it has been plagued by hauntings since he signed the lease. Damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour.
Hey.
Man, didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up. Fucking Kennedy. You have known him long enough already to know that he's slightly insane. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered.
Alright.
Thank you for your contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary, and I follow the group down the street. That tour guide's shirt is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turn to Robert and grab him by the shoulders. I need that t-shirt. Well, guess we're in this for the long haul then. Just follow my lead, don't arouse too much suspicion, and we'll have cool ghost shirts in no time. Aw, Robert, you're so sweet! He's like, alright, you want that fucking shirt? Let's go get that shirt for you. I love it. Our group arrives at an old, decrepit colonial-style house.
That's the good stuff.
A quick pause in the tour. My name is Quinn, but most people on the ghost tour circuit call me Tour Master Quinn. I'm a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor. I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional vaudevillian mime work. Tour Master Quinn gives out headshots to all of us. His resume is on the back. Stage combat experience. Anyway, here's a little bit of history for you all. This was the home of noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose was widely popular in the late 19th century. It was in the attic of this very home where she wrote such classics as The Diaries of a Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Reginald Barclay. She unfortunately died of consumption shortly after the turn of the century, but several people have reported that on some nights you can see a light from the attic where the ghost of Ms. Pembridge continues work on her latest bestseller. I guess you could say that she was consumed by her work.
I'm so sad.
No reaction from the crowd. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes.
Oh?
Actually, consumption is a popular cover-up. Little known fact is that it was a murder-suicide.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure she died of consumption. Sure. And we definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborately fake the moon landing. That's the watered-down, censored version they teach you in school. But if you can't handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart. Can we... I think everyone would much rather hear what this world-renowned ghost historian has to say. Right, everybody? The group murmurs in agreement.
I'm so sad.
This is a topic we cover extensively in our book. Dr. Loomis, would you care to tell this story? Oh my god. Yes. I would love to tell this story, but I left the stove on. In the 19th century, Dorothy Pembridge was credited for protecting New York City from potentially world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters were disbanded by government officials. However, after learning that the ghost of Vigo the Carpathian he's Vigo! Has taken an interest in her son, her and her ghost-busting friends launched in a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City.
Hey.
Hey, isn't that the plot to... Nope, it's not. The tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and addresses us with some razzle-dazzle. Haha, what an interesting story.
Come on.
Now, I just want everyone to know that the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourselves. Robert's like, bring it. Alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Hey kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? The guy looks up at her and smiles. Only if the bar is haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted place in town. Uh-oh, dude, run. I think I could exorcise your demons, if that's what you're looking for. Don't write checks. Oh, she said it. She's high five Mary. Don't write checks your dick can't cash, kid. This is Mary. His eyes go wide. Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls me into a hug and murmurs into my ear. When you've known Rob for as long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him for me tonight, okay? Sure, Mary. Good man. Mary pats me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street. Take it sleazy, fellas. God help that poor soul. Mary is not as fucking insane as I thought she was. God, she's actually really nice. She's really sweet, looking out for her best bud. Mary or the kid? Both. Our last stop, this burial ground, is such a hotbed of horrifying paranormal activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the Wharfman, the vampire of Maple Bay, the children of the moonlight. What about the Dover ghost? By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us. What about it? Oh, nothing. I just think it would be a crime to come all the way out to the cemetery, the actual origin of one of the New England's most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. That's not a real thing. That is absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area.
Oh.
I can guarantee there's one you don't know. My throat is starting to get all raspy because I keep doing the Robert voice. Robert looks over at me and smiles.
Oh.
Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Loomis and I met?
Whoa.
No. The entire group shushes the tour guide. Okay, fine. Tell the story. Well, it was a dark and stormy night. I wasn't always a paranormal investigator. Way back when, I was just a
Bang bang.
traveling grifter, I bet. I bet that's the one. That makes sense. It's fucking Robert we're talking about. Moving from town to town, always looking for my next mark. It wasn't an easy life, but I had fun. Taking from the rich, giving to the poor, actually also taking from the poor. I had a shaky moral foundation. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay quite by accident, but little did I know that the city had a dark side. Now, about the same time, I was just starting out as an apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter who was an old family friend of mine. I carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that. Wait. Yes? Who was the famous ghost hunter?
Oh.
Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers. The tour group gasps.
That's the good stuff.
Georgia Mathers? She's a legend. You know her? Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie.
Hey.
Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we had been warned by the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Georgia was never one to shy away from an adventure. We camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We enjoyed your so-called wailing watchman. Wailing ghost of the Wharfman. He's getting so fucking pissed. Whatever. Your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask. But the Dover ghost? Man. Tell him, Loomis. Fucking tell him. So there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of... classic pigeon drop scam. Putting out fillers for a ripped deal. I was going to steal a baby, probably. Would have made me rich. I found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a very superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. And thank God you did. Georgia and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. At first, things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Playing back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word. Run! The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening. Some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Someone, something, grabbing my ankle. Robert has the whole crowd hooked, hook, line, and sinker. You could hear a pin drop. I've only cried twice in my life. Once was at the birth of my daughter. The other was when that thing started dragging me. I wasn't sure where it was taking me, but knew it was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die. The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran into the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by... God, to this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach in knots. It looked like a man, but like... I glanced at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like tried to put one together. The arms were too long, its eyes glowed red. It was like a walking shadow. What'd I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? Daniel McSturgis, stupid. It's Daniel. Daniel. I grabbed his hand and entered into a tug of war with the unholiest of forces.
Really?
I thought I was going to be torn in half.
Oh.
But I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell out of my shirt pocket, and to this day I can remember what passage it opened up to. Austin 3:16. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. With a horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed onto the ground exhausted. We were both covered in blood.
Oh?
That damn creature clawed into my chest. It got me real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pecs. And that's how I got this scar.
There.
I followed Georgia Mathers to the ends of the earth. We faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room, but I had never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith, but I came out of that experience a better man and a better friend. And we've been brothers ever since. The tour group gives us a round of applause as Daniel, Robert, and I share an emotional hug. As he embraces me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. The tour guide seems to have bought it. Even he's wiping a tear from his eyes. Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. No, I know that wouldn't be how he would say it, but I don't care. Be sure to watch out for our book. What the fuck, guys? I strode truckers. Yeah, that makes sense, because Robert has to suppress a laugh at that one. Well, I think you both definitely earned your t-shirts. The tour guide hands us the coveted t-shirts. He then slips us both his business card and leans in close. If you guys are ever in need of a professional actor, balloon animal artist, Elvis impersonator, or nude model, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm good. I've got Robert. He's pretty hot and probably makes the... Never mind. You got it, buddy. After a couple of tourists take selfies with us, we split away from the group and walk home. Aww, yo, he's cute. That was cute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here because it's getting to be, up to time, and, it's like almost 43 minutes of recording, and I just don't want to get so distracted that I lose track of time and stuff like that. So I think the last bit of this game is gonna just be a shorter video, which I'm sure you guys are fine with. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stop this one right here, okay?